Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's the end of April 2025. I've got a bit of time off and I did have planned a big coastal trip which was going to take me from Lake Macquarie up to Port Macquarie, but the weather has seen otherwise. This is the first good day we've had. We've had a lot of rain, strong southerly winds. Today's the first calmer day, then we're back to some more strong southerlies, 25 to 30 knots over the next couple of days. So I've taken the opportunity instead to explore my own backyard a little bit more. Lake Macquarie, it's 12 miles long. It's the biggest body of saltwater lake in the world, in the southern hemisphere. So we're going to sail to the northern end of the lake today. With the light southerly that's around, spend a night up there somewhere and then come back sailing into the strong southerly tomorrow. While I've got the chance, some of you who don't know me, I'll explain a bit about my boat. It's a American designed Oday Daysailer. It's 16'9" long, weighs about 300 kilograms. It's a lifting keel. It doesn't have any ballast other than the keel itself is ballasted to sink when I drop it. It's roughly 6'3" wide and it's sloop rigged. It's a great little tough boat. I've done quite a bit with it, as you may have seen if you watch some other videos. I'm just trialling a bigger outboard motor that I was given recently, which will be good for some of the times when I need a bit more power if I'm doing some offshore trips. Another thing to mention about the boat, it's not self-draining, it's an open boat. So if I do happen to capsize, which I have done on a couple of occasions already, the boat does take a fair bit of water, so you have to be careful of that aspect of it. It's not, even though it has a little cuddy cabin, it's not as some of the trailer sailors are, self-draining once you do right them. So this boat you have to be a bit more careful with. Beautiful out here, but there's no breeze at the moment. Mill pond. Well, a lovely day. No breeze, hardly, just enough to keep us moving. But it's really quite nice because normally I'm rushing to get somewhere. The last trip I did down to Sydney, I was pushing it the whole way, so it's nice just to come out and relax and just enjoy the peace and tranquility. I'm going to check this place out, Galbaba Point. See if there's apparently around the corner, it's out, we'll be out of the breeze and the southerly. I'm just going to go and have a look at it, see if it's any good for one of our raiding weekends. We normally head straight up the lake. That's Pull Bar over there. Water's really brown after the rain. I can't tell how deep it is here, so I've got my centerboard and my rudder right up, just in case I hit the bottom. Looks like it might be some kind of a camp or something. Just cruising along the edge here, the water's really high. Yeah, it must be some sort of a camp or something, I'm not sure what the deal is. You're not allowed ashore, this is private property. Just following these 3, 4, 5 swans along at the moment. They're keeping their eye on me. It's beautiful just drifting along here. There's a heron up in the tree just there. This is the end of Galdabba Point. It comes around into the bay here where all these boats are moored. I'm not sure whether there's anything around the corner here to look at. Okay, it's time for a lunch stop. This is where we come from, Summerland Point Bay. Came up around Point Wollstonecroft, out to the east of Pull Bar Island, sailed straight across over to the eastern side, which is called Nesca. I'm not sure what that is. We've come up around where that camp was, Galdabba Point, and we're tucked in behind there at the moment. Galdabba Point, and we'll have some lunch and then we'll head further up the lake. We've still got a fair way to go yet if we want to go all the way to the top. This is what it looks like. It's a little mangrove bay. It's only about 1.5 foot deep at the moment. Very protected here in a southerly. That's looking back up the other part of the bay, and then there's a channel that heads out to the lake. Daniel up sailing boat, so just had lunch and the southerlies cranked up. So I had my centerboard sitting on the bottom in that little bay in there, and when the wind picked up I just finished lunch, pulled up the centerboard, and I'm just drifting back out, sailing with no sails up, back out in the middle to work out what we're going to do. There's a few clouds about now, so I'm going to have a bit of a look at the weather and decide whether to keep sailing north up the lake, which will mean I'll have a bigger bash coming back tomorrow, or the other option I'm thinking of is actually heading back right down into Crangan Bay from up here into the southerly now, which is only sort of probably 5-8 knots. It's just a good sailing breeze. In which case then tomorrow we could just run back down with the southerly, and we've only got a short work back to Summerland Point from the end of Point Wollstonecroft. Okay, we're going for option 2, guys. There's a nice little breeze out here, not too strong. Not quite out in it yet, but I'm going to head up into Crangan Bay. There's a little creek right up the end I'm going to see if I can get into for the night. It's a very quiet day on the lake. There's only one other boat yacht out over there. Other than that, the place is empty. Lovely little breeze here now. been the best sail up in the year. There's been one boat go past me, so it's been dead flat water the whole way. It's just been fantastic. There's a big catamaran up in the bay there. I'm going to go and check around up here a bit further and see what we can find. That's not a bad option up in there. Looks like you can get in near the beach over in the corner there if there's nothing better up this way. So I'll keep going up towards the end of the creek. It's a little bit further around yet. So if I don't find any better for the night, I'll come back to that little point there. It's got a bit of sand. I can anchor right in close, maybe have a fire. Otherwise I'm heading up to the end. There's a mangrove creek that we can probably get into. I'll just have a look at that and see what it's like. Could be too many bugs though. So we'll see what that looks like. If there's any other little spots around. Otherwise that one there is looking pretty good. Another possible spot over there. This is as far as you can come down the eastern end of Lake Macquarie. Unfortunately there's no little sandy spots for me to pull up into. So I think I'm going to have to head back to that spot I saw before, which was just back out down there on the eastern shoreline. Be very protected here though, but yeah, I wouldn't mind getting off and being able to have a little fire or something tonight. So I've come in, anchored in this beach here, but it's very wet from all the rain, so I probably wouldn't be able to have a fire here. And it's a little bit open to the breeze because the wind is meant to kick in early in the morning, so I think I might move around back into that bay where that catamaran was. There was a little spot I saw on the tucked in the corner I can probably get into. So we'll go and check that out. So it's 4 o'clock, we just anchored around in this part of this bay, which is super protected. My only concern is with all the rain, there's a whole lot of water laying behind those trees in there, and which are probably mosquito breeding grounds. And it's still being at the end of April, there's probably still mosquitoes around. Haven't seen any yet, but anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. But it's a really pretty spot. Well, I'm out of there guys. It's a shame, it's a beautiful spot, but with all that rain there was a big swamp in over the back there, and I walked over there and there was all mosquitoes on top of the water, so I'm bailing back out. I'm going back to a spot at Point Wollstonecraft that I know. Hopefully I'll be right there, third time lucky. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Looks like there's a lot of rain in that. So I hope we get there in time. Well, lightning as well. Okay, so I'm making a run for this bay over here, Gordon's Bay. I'm not going to make it down to where I want to go and get set up in time. These clouds aren't far away at all, so I need to get my tent up and get sorted so I can try and stay dry a bit. Alrighty, it's 9 AM. It's been a very soggy night in Gordon's Bay. I've been waiting for a bit of a break to get going, but it doesn't appear that there's going to be one. So I'm going to have to just get rolling anyway. So I'm all dressed up, ready to go for a wet trip back. The wind is meant to get up, but at the moment it's not that strong. So we'll get rolling and see what happens. The rain stops now. I've packed everything up, but anyway, I'm sure it'll be back in a moment because it's all out that way. Here's another good little raiding beach from the southwest, only from the west southwest, just north of Gwendolyn. So that's a new little spot I just found. So we're like sort of 1-2 jut outs of land round from Wollstonecroft. So there's a couple little spots along here anyway. Looks like another one just over here. Okay, we're just rounding Point Wollstonecroft. Looks like there's probably 15 knots or so out there, maybe more, so I'm just going to go with the main to start with. See how we go, whether we want the jib or not, but it looks pretty blowy out there. Okay, so I came out of Point Wollstonecraft, went back in, reached the main, and then came out. It was a little bit light, put the jib up, and we're going along pretty nice now with the reef main and jib. Still raining. The wind's meant to pick up a lot stronger in another hour or so, get back as quick as we can. We're all decked up for the occasion. Throw my last tack, head back into Summerland Point. Actually a little bit of blue sky now. It's been quite a nice sail up here in the end. It's settled down a little bit. Probably only blowing 15 knots now.